Hello. I thought we could take a look at the February 13th People magazine with Sally Field on the cover. And this is a People exclusive. She's ready to dish, it says. And this is before the Super Bowl. So they have a little Rihanna preparation piece. And this was right around Valentine's Day. So they have some celebrity wedding memories. And then they have a murder story. Murdered in the bathtub, it says. The first thing we see is an Alexia potato ad. These have Himalayan salt. Don't they look good? Baby golden potatoes. Let's look at the chatter. Let's start at the top. I see Katy Perry here. And she was given an opportunity to work with Billie Eilish, it says one time. And she turned it down. And she says, it was a big mistake, a huge mistake. Don't let this hit the internet. But it did. And here's Claire Danes. And when she shared her pregnancy with her 4-year-old, her 4-year-old son said, no, I don't like it. I like peace, Mama. Look at that pretty dress. And then we see Billy Porter. And I guess he helped Andy McDowell with her dating profile. And he helped her take the pictures. And he says to her, you're going to get a lot of dates, girl. I betcha she did. And there's Josh Duhamel. Duhamel, is that how you say his name? Isn't he handsome? But he proposed to his wife, Audra, via a message in the bottle. And his reply to that was, I wish I could say that I'm usually this romantic, but this one was like one of my best. Can you imagine? I wonder where he put it and how she actually received it. And then we have Trevor Noah. He was talking about his favorite albums of the year before the Grammys. And he says, Beyonce was a soundtrack of my life. Harry Styles followed me around wherever I went. So there he has revealed his favorites. And then down here we see Kate Walsh. And she was talking about working with the younger actors on Grey's Anatomy. And she says, it's funny to be the elder statesman on the show. I bet. Here's the 5 things we're talking about. Blake Lively has a new role in It Ends With Us. They've based a movie on the book by Colleen Hoover. And she is in the lead. And that novel's popularity spiked thanks to TikTok. It sounds pretty good. And then it says, the world's most handsome man. And this guy's from Bridgerton, Roger Jean Page. He's officially and scientifically hot. This actor topped the list in a study done by a UK cosmetic surgeon using the ancient Greek golden ratio to rank famous men's facial proportions. He sure is handsome. And Valentine's Day's over, but look at these delicious donuts that Krispy Kreme had in heart-shaped, and they were drizzled in Hershey's chocolate, some of them. And number 2 is Julie Bowen, and she attended a Harry Styles concert, and she carried a heart sign with her. So one side said, Harry, I'm old. And then you flip it over and she says, but I know what I'm doing. That's funny. And Jen and Julia team up. So Jennifer Aniston and Julia Roberts have a project that I guess was a bidding war with the streaming services, with Amazon winning out. And it's a very glam body swap movie. Step Aside, Freaky Friday. I wonder what it'll be like. I saw this ad in another magazine. It's for a breast cancer drug, but a lot of us that watch videos to relax might relate to somebody brushing somebody else's face with a makeup brush. I thought that was very sweet. Here's the table of contents. I love this little guy with his little belly. It might be a little girl, but that's Elle King. We'll find out later. Look at Brad and George's Joyride. Here they are in the 2008 movie Burn After Reading, and here they are in New York City on January 27th, and I'm sure it was cold. That's why they have the winter clothing on. Oh, they are filming scenes for the upcoming Apple TV thriller Wolves. I thought maybe they were just out together. It helps if you actually read the article. What's up here? Ooh, somebody's getting their stars. It's the Jonas Brothers. And look at their family and all of their kids and their partners. So all three of them, Kevin, Nick, and Joe, all got their stars. And here at the Anastasia Beverly Hills 25th anniversary party is Kim Kardashian, Oprah, and J-Lo. And here in Paris at the end of January is Anne Hathaway and her husband Adam Schulman. And they are at a Valentino haute couture show, and they look very stylish, don't they? Her husband is a very stylish looking guy. It says that's a rare appearance. I've certainly never seen him. And then front row at Paris Fashion Week, there's Apple Martin. Look how beautiful she is. Wow. She's 18, Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin's daughter. That's at the Chanel show. And then Courtney Love and Rita Ora were at the Fendi show. Now, they have some different stars that attended the Fashion Week. Kylie Jenner, Karlie Kloss, Diane Kruger, Rosie Huntington Whiteley, that's in Valentino, Kerry Washington in Fendi, and Michelle Yeoh in Armani. Looks like we're skipping out of Paris here and going to LA for a red carpet couple. This is Eddie Murphy's fiance. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Paige Butcher. It does not say what she does. And he is at the premiere of his new comedy, You People, which sounds good. It's got Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it. And here's Rumor Willis. She's going to have a baby. Look at her dog. Isn't he cute? She is expecting a baby, her first baby. This was in LA, and the dog's name is Dolores, and Dolores is a rescue dog. Here's James Corden with his kids. Aren't they cute? And they're at a Lakers game dancing. There's another cute little French bulldog. We've seen that ad before. We've seen this ad before. I don't ever know how to pronounce that. For eczema. New mom Rihanna, ready for the Super Bowl. We all know what announcement she made at the Super Bowl. Look at her little guy. Oh my goodness. What's the little guy's name? Have they ever said what his name is? I don't know. She looks so beautiful in that dress. She's 34 years old. Does she ever say the baby's name? I don't know. Somebody tell me. He sure is cute. And there she is with her. ASAP Rocky. I don't know how to ever say his name. But a source says she loves parenting. And she's very ready, excited, and focused. She can't wait to kill it. And that is on the Super Bowl performance. And there's the lineup. And that is past, that's old news. And then here's another thing of old news. These two from GMA3, the co-anchors, Amy and TJ there. They depart ABC after the scandal. I think that they continue their relationship, though we'll find out. This Week in Love, Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz. Ooh, where are they? Looks like they're on vacation somewhere warm. That is her husband. Just says tropical getaway on horses and water. Look at how pretty her dress is. And who do we have here? Mark Anthony and Nadia Ferreira. They got married. And David Beckham and Carlos Slim were best men. And I know that she's going to have a baby because I just did another People magazine and that's in there. I think that this one was before that one I just read. I don't know. There is Miranda Lambert and Brendan McLaughlin. She says on Instagram, "Happy anniversary, babe. You are the best." And Abigail Breslin and Ira Kunyansky. They are married. Oh. She was from Little Miss Sunshine. She's all grown up. She's 26 years old now. They've been linked since 2012. Wow. Randy Finoli, from saying yes to saying I do. When it's right, you're going to know it. So, this is him on the show helping people say yes to the dress, or maybe not. That was in 2001, but now in 2022, it looks like he's made a proposal of his own. To who? This guy, I don't know how to say his name, Mete Kobal. He is from Turkey. He's 59, he's 38. They have not set a date, but they do have their outfits. Oh, I can't wait to see the pictures. And the new Oscars controversy. The Oscars are this coming weekend. I don't know when I'll post this, but what is this about? 3 days after two Leslie star Andrea Riseborough scored a surprise Best Actress Oscar nod, the Academy said it will conduct a review of the campaign procedures around this year's nominees. This lady was nominated alongside the other ladies after a so-called grassroots campaign that included private screenings of the film by her famous fans like Gwyneth Paltrow. It broke the rules somehow. I don't know. It looks like she might have nudged some ladies out. But To Leslie is about an alcoholic who struggles after winning the lottery. That sounds interesting. Oh, look at all the Cheerios. I want that one and that one. I want that one, that one, and that one. Breakfast with Heart and Hearts. They're little heart shapes. I don't think they last for long. There's that little girl, Julia, with the Autism Speaks ad. We have Megan Trainor and Daryl. How do you say Daryl? I think they're going to have a baby. I know that much. She looks happy. Daryl Sabara. They already have Riley, age 2, but they're expecting their second child. Oh, cute, cute, cute. And Adam Levine and Bahati Prinsloo, the model. They've welcomed their third child together. One of their kids is named Dusty. And Paris Hilton and Carter Reum have welcomed a son. And I've seen that picture somewhere before of the pretty manicured nails. They almost look like a robin's egg blue or a Tiffany blue with a little hand. And the fight over Lisa Marie Presley's estate. I didn't know anything about this. My mother told me all about it. I think that Priscilla Presley is going to fight the children of Lisa Marie. My mother was very angry about it, is all I know. Lisa Marie did leave a will, at least that's according to my mother. Lisa's intent to leave her trust to her kids was very clear. I'll have to make sure I show this to my mom. I was gonna anyway, because she'll want to read about Sally Field. But I guess Priscilla's questioning the authenticity and validity of this amendment to the will. That sounds like it could get messy. I have to remember to show that to my mom. Smokey Robinson reflects his Motown roots. Motown's right next door to me. Well, the Detroit is right next door to me. Everybody gets a gift from God, and mine was to be able to write music. And there he is with Berry Gordy. Motown was a once-in-a-lifetime musical event, and that's in 1981. The pair's relationship dates back 6 decades. And here's Leah Remini. What's she up to? Texting with her. Oh, she is on a show called People's Puzzler on Game Show Network. I didn't know that. So she's going back to school. She's going to New York University. And she says it's extremely rewarding, but college at 52 is very challenging. What's still on your bucket list, Leah? And she says, directing. Look at Mandy Moore's cute little family and their cute little outfits. Oh my goodness. Are they not they're just adorable. The kids are Gus and Ozzy. And she says, the boys have no idea what they're in for with me as a mom. And she is partnered with Gymboree for the 2023 Easter Spring collection, and that apparel that they have there is available. It sure is cute. So that's her new little business that she's going to start. I'm not paying any attention to this murder trial. It might even be over by now. That's in South Carolina. It's too sad. I don't want to get into it. It says he has pleaded not guilty. So let's look at some happier news and engagements. The Bachelor alum Hannah Ann Sluss is engaged to Indianapolis Colts running back Jake Funk. Ooh, they were in Cabo San Lucas. There's the school bell across the street. Country singer Julia Cole and LA Dodgers pitcher Marshall Kasowski. A lot of these girls are getting with these athletes, huh? And they got engaged in the Dominican Republic. So there's a trend there. Babies. Oh, Shamar Moore and Frankie, his first child. He's in SWAT. And, Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore and his wife have welcomed their second baby, a daughter, Mia Bella Elizabeth. Panic at the Disco singer Brandon Urie announced that he and his wife are both expecting their first baby, and the band will be coming to an end as he focuses his energy on his family, who he celebrated birthdays. Brandy's 44. She never ages. Michael B. Jordan is 36, and Laura Dern is 56. Now, in the health section, it says Jay Leno revealed that he was in a motorcycle accident. We all remember the story about when he had that gasoline fire when he was working on that old car. I wish he would be more careful. UFC star Conor McGregor was hit by a car. Oh my gosh, while riding a bike in Ireland. Oh my gosh. It was a sun trap. The driver couldn't see me. Thank God it wasn't my time. And this is so sad. Lisa Loring, the person who played Wednesday in the show The Addams Family and from the 60s, died from complications of a stroke caused by high blood pressure at 64. And singer-guitarist Tom Verlaine of the influential punk band Television died in New York City. And Annie Wershing, she was in Star Trek Picard, and Bosch died following a cancer diagnosis. She was only 45. Oh my gosh. And Lance Kerwin, we loved that show when we were kids. James at 15, and then I think there was James at 16. He died at 62. No cause of death had been revealed. And then there's a crime piece up here about Tyra Nichols beating in Memphis. And the protests that followed. Does it depend? And smile. A Chicago artist, this is a good idea, turns potholes into mosaic masterpieces. Look at that. Who is this? Jim Bachelor. It kind of looks like Bachelor, but it's not. Bachor. Isn't that cool? He has filled more than 100 potholes around Chicago, the United States, and Europe, and he answers requests. They're wonderful, aren't they? He's 58. I had this passion for an art form that's durable and a problem outside my door. It's been a fun ride. Well, we missed all this, but let's read them anyway. February 6th was Pay a Compliment Day. 9th, National Pizza Day. The 10th, Teddy Day. The 11th, Make a Friend Day. And then the day after that, Hug Day. February 13th is Valentine's Day. Look at that pizza. So if you didn't do any of that, you can catch up with it. And this little girl, Amelia, this is in Arkansas. She's 12 years old, and she's collecting night lights for kids in foster care. Kids in foster homes sometimes have to leave in the middle of the night without taking anything with them, and she wanted them to feel less scared and more safe. And she keeps at it. She's hoping to expand her mission. There's a bunch of ads. And the kids across the street at the school are out playing. So you might hear some joyful laughter out there and playing. Here is Apple TV, Dear Edward. And this is the most I Miss Teen series since This Is Us, is one of the quotes. Sounds sad. Here's a couple shots from them. Connie Britton is in it from Friday Night Lights. It's an engrossing ensemble drama, and it's based on the best-selling novel by the same name. Whether a life is ended or upended, broken hearts carry on. I read about this in another People. And it's got Jason Segel in it. Harrison Ford, Heidi Gardner. Who's this guy? Michael Urie. It's about a psychiatrist, a therapist. A widowed therapist, that's Jason here. He doesn't make much effort to hide his sadness and doubt from his patients. He says, I have resting dead wife face. Aw, that sounds kind of sad, but... And Harrison Ford plays his mentor. That's on Apple TV. And here's a movie, Baby Ruby. And this has Naomi Merlant, Kit Harington. This sounds very scary. I guess that this person in the movie is known to be the face of a domestic serenity on the internet, but she has a baby and then she starts having paranoid nightmares, and it sounds kind of gruesome. Ramon Rodriguez, 43 years old, and he stars as a homicide investigator. And Will Trent, how would you describe Will? They asked him. Well, he's dyslexic, a bit of a loner, with a huge heart. He can walk on a crime scene and read it like nobody else. He was in The Wire, one of my son's favorite shows. Where do you see yourself in 10 years, Ramon, they asked. I want to have my own company that opens doors for Latinx storytellers and filmmakers. There's a big void. And here on Netflix is My Dad, the Bounty Hunter. and it looks like it's either like it's animated, and it sounds really cute. This guy is an intergalactic bounty hunter, and he's got kids. Both the animation and the humor in this new series have a bold zip. That sounds good. And here on Netflix is a documentary about Bill Russell. This is in 2001, just before receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom. It's called Bill Russell Legend. If you're a sports fan, check that out. There's a Moisture Boost by Dove ad. And what do we have here? You. And that's on Netflix. And it says part 1 is February 9th. Part 2 is March 9th. Oh boy. This sounds kind of creepy. So this is season 4. Stalker, murderer, and king of the creepy inner monologue, Joel Goldberg, has followed Marianne the librarian to London, where he's living as a professor. I don't want to watch that. That sounds very scary. It says it's as chilling as ever. Oh, and here's this guy. The one to watch is Ryan Doy from that 90s show. And he is in this the sequel to the 70s show, and he plays Ozzy, and there he is with Deborah Jo Rupp. And I guess he had a big coming out scene in front of the studio audience, and it made a lot of people come up to him and say that how emotional they got, and he was very happy about that. The Oscars might be over by the time I post this, but here are some of the movies that you can watch. We watched this one, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Triangle of Sadness. Maybe we'll try that one this weekend, if we can watch it free. We loved this. Banshees of Inisherin, or however you say it. Tar, and All That Breathes. Now let's look at the best new books. Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes. These are all novels. Big Swiss by Jen Began. Oh my gosh, that sounds like something that she's a transcriptionist like I am. While transcribing therapy sessions, Greta becomes obsessed with one of her insufferable boss's patients, a married female Swiss gynecologist. That sounds kind of interesting and dull. Okay, maybe Central Places. Skincare obsessed Audrey had not been home in more than 8 years until a visit back to rural Illinois with her fiance. And then she runs into an old crush at Walmart. That sounds interesting. New in nonfiction, The Wise Hours, Pharaoh, and The Critic's Daughter. And here's Sally Field. She doesn't look much different, does she, than she did? She's got gray hair. Through grit, hard work, and unwavering support from her sons, the star found success by always seeking the truth. It says there's a reason Sally Field's a legend. Look at her pretty earrings. So there's Gidget, her as Gidget. I never watched Gidget, but that was her first thing that people knew her about. There's her and Norma Ray. Look how young she is. And Forrest Gump. And here's the new movie. What's it called? Is it called 80 for Brady? And it's got Rita Moreno, Lily Tomlin, and Jane Fonda in it. And I've avoided other films centered on groups of ladies, says Sally. And that's true. I can't think of her. Wasn't she in Still Magnolias though? I feel women are about more than just looking for a date or who's my next husband. Oh, you are right about that. And she called Tom Hanks. Obviously, that's not Tom Hanks, but working with him in Forrest Gump, he called her an artist of the highest expertise. This isn't about Tom Hanks. This is about her. So he was praising her. And The Flying Nun she was in, I never saw that either. She was told that she wasn't pretty enough and she wasn't good enough to act in films. But then she won her Oscar for Norma Ray. She raised 3 boys. She was 23 when she had her first child. So now they're switching to a very artful black and white photo with a hat. And Sally says, I've learned if you can hold your own hand, you're okay. And they talk about her 50-year friendship with Jane Fonda. And she says, Jane is my dearest friend, and I've wanted my whole lifetime to do a movie with her, and now she has. She talks about how much she's admired her, and she talks about Jane Fonda's workout record and how she inspired so many women to get healthier. And my little story about that is, okay, the Jane Fonda workout record came out in 1982, and my mom bought it. And I don't remember my mom ever using it, but I did that workout faithfully every day. Sometimes I'd do it 2 times a day. Now, mind you, I was a teenager, but it will really get you into good shape, let me tell you. And what can I say? It was the 80s. There was no internet, and we had a lot less to do. But here their 2 friends are pictured. And she talks about how in 1967 she got very depressed and she gained 50 pounds. I think she's exaggerating a little bit. And the only thing she knew how to do was to starve herself. But because of Jane, a whole generation of women were awakened to really, you can actually go somewhere and get fit. And then there's a little feature. It says, let me tell you about my mom. And Sam has written a little piece here about his mother. And here's all the different pictures. Oh, there she is with all of her kids up there. Oh, wow, she looks a lot younger. It says, while she shot Mrs. Doubtfire, I built model airplanes and hung them all over our rented house in San Francisco. And then it says, during Forrest Gump, the filming of Forrest Gump, I would get to buy something at this toy store in South Carolina if I slept through the night without a pacifier. All the different little things she did as a mom. The one movie that I think of Sally Field all the time is Soap Dish, if you've ever seen that movie. We loved that movie, my husband and I did. And here are some Valentine's Day special wedding photographs of weddings from a long time ago. There's Luke and Carol and Brian, and this was from 2006. It's a little bit of a cheeky photo there, literally. This is just to honor love. And there's Al Roker and Deborah Roberts. That's in New York City from 1995. And Holly Robinson and Rodney Peete up there, 1995. So on their wedding day, she got the USC marching band to show up. That's what his alma mater was. And here's Chip and Joanna Gaines. That's from 2003, Waco, Texas. Oh, Bill and Kristen Bellamy, and that was from 2001 in Santa Monica. And Scott Foley and Marika Domancic, 2007. I don't know how to say her name. Grant and Tamia Hill. Oh, that's from Michigan, Battle Creek, Michigan. 1999. Joy Behar and Steve Janowitz. That's in New York City from 2011. And George Stephanopoulos and Allie Wentworth, 2001, New York City. It was a traditional Greek wedding. Jesse Tyler Ferguson and Justin Makita, 2013 in New York City. Oh. They're walking to their after party. It was a few blocks from away from the wedding venue. And here's Donnie Wahlberg and Jenny McCarthy from 2014, and that was in Illinois. And up here is Jillian and Deshauna Marie Michaels, and that was in Africa from 2022. We love Africa. The minute our feet touch the ground, we feel at peace, says Jillian Michaels. Wow. And this was on Long Island in 2009, and it's Kevin and Danielle Jonas. Look at that beautiful wedding. That's like a fairy tale, isn't it? And here's the story of us, a Valentine's Day special for these couples who choose to believe in the power and possibility of love. Happily ever after is just the beginning. And these people were childhood friends who found love later in life when they reconnected through Facebook. The two developed a deep friendship. Aaron grew up in a conservative Christian home and was struggling with his identity from an early age, and he desperately needed that connection. And they reconnected later in life. She says, I love his big heart. I see him for who he is. Nothing else matters. And there's their wedding in 2021. And this is Julie Albertson, and she charmed her husband here, Spencer, with a special pie and continues to serve up the magic. When she first saw him in 1985, she knew he was going to marry him. And she thought, I'm going to bake him a buttermilk pie. And now she's known as the Texas Pie Queen, and she knows her way to a man's heart through his stomach. And she does it with intention, she says. And that's what makes them special. She bakes a pie for somebody, and it's magical. And they make a love connection after they have her specially made pies. I wonder if it's true. She pours the intentions into the pies. So that they're in their costumes. They've been married for 28 years. And her niece here knows firsthand the power of the pie because she became engaged after her fiancé her partner ate a cherry pie with intentions poured in it. Making a banner day even more special, Detective Chris Porter embarked on a risky mission, popping the question at girlfriend Stephanie Martinez's Academy graduation. Oh, isn't that sweet? Here they are at Disney World, and she said yes. He wanted it to be special and unique, so why not do it in front of everybody? Well, they live in Cleveland. Not everybody might like that, but I guess it worked out for him. They have 3 dogs, and they're planning to get married in March of 2024 in Mexico. Reclaiming lost time together. Here's this couple in 1972, and here they are in 2021. When he proposed, I said 1,000 times yes, recalls Jeannie Watts here. And their love spans 42 years, and it led her across the country to find him. Oh, what an incredible story. They met at Loyola University, and they dated for 7 years, but they met with disapproval by some people because they were from different races, and they lost touch. We talked about marriage, but I would have lost my entire family. So in 2021, she tracked him down, and he was in a Chicago nursing home where he hadn't had a visitor in years. Despite 42 years of distance, their connection proved to be as strong as ever, and in August of the same year, she moved him across the country to her home in Oregon. Oh, wow. And then they got married. Isn't that the sweetest thing? And here's a story about Cindy Williams. And I loved Laverne and Shirley as a kid. It was Tuesday nights, and Happy Days would come on. Then Laverne and Shirley. Then eventually Three's Company would come on at 9. And then what was on after that? I don't remember, but it says Cindy Williams passed after a brief illness. She was 75. How cute she was. And of course, Penny Marshall passed away a couple years ago. And it says that she was written out of Laverne and Shirley because they didn't do well with her pregnancy to, I think, the daughter, Emily and Zach. And there she is with her kids when she got her start on the Walk of Fame. And her kids say she was a kind and hilarious mother. And there's her high school senior picture in 1965. She was on a show with Sam and Cat. And she got reunited with Penny Marshall for that. And she was in American Graffiti. I've never seen that. She was in Room 222. If you're old enough, you remember that. She was born in Van Nuys, California. She was a self-described valley girl and a pretty funny kid. And this is all coming from the 2015 memoir, Surely I Jest, which is Shirley, the name, instead of Shirley. She had an alcoholic father. She was married to Bill Hudson. They got divorced, though. Yeah, it's sad. She was only 75. This was in 1976. She always seemed like a Midwestern kind of girl to me. I'm surprised she was born in California. And this is Priscilla Presley's son, Navarone Garibaldi Garcia. And there he is with his mom. He's a musician and he lives in LA. And he had a very close relationship with Lisa Marie and Riley, her daughter. Look at that little face there, little Riley. And there this guy is. His name is Navarone, and his mom and his sister, even though maybe they were a half-sister. Look at the little dog. And here is his dad and his mom. They never got married. That guy there, Marco, his father, was a, what was he? A producer. It just says producer. A producer of what? But they never got married. And when Priscilla was asked why she never married Marco here, this is them in 1990, Priscilla said, marriage is a business and our relationship is not a business. Well, she was married before to somebody, I remember. Was that a business? I'm just kidding. I don't mean anything by that, Priscilla. Oh, anyway, it sounds like Navarone here has been through addiction, and he got clean from hard drugs and opioids in 2020. In part so he could visit his now wife, Eliza, and they got married in 2022 in her home country of Switzerland. When COVID happened, I wanted to go there and see her for more than 3 or 4 days, and I didn't want to have to bring a pound of fentanyl with me wherever I went. Oh boy. So he detoxed at his mother's home. He still smokes pot and drinks alcohol. I hope he can give that up for a true substance-free life, but that's just me. So what is his band? Does he have a band? I don't know. Them Guns. Yes, it's his band. Them Guns. And he is trying to make himself a music career. So here's this accident story, tragic accident or murder. The 911 call said, my friend, she's laying in the tub. She won't wake up. I think she fell last night. And that was in 2020. This is in Kitty Hawk. Look at that cute little cottage But this, it says crime scene, question mark. Oh my gosh, she lived there with her 2 kids. So this guy, John here, John J. Curtis Tolson, has pleaded not guilty to 2nd-degree murder and remains in jail. His trial started March 6th. That's terrible. So this is Lee Ann Hartleben, age 38, and she had a garden at her little cottage. And her cousin Tricia says, Leanne was a good person. She was a giver. Oh boy. This is an ex-boyfriend. I wonder what happened. And here's some of the scenes from the crime scene, or the pictures. She met this guy at a party, and she had just lost her grandma, so she was vulnerable. And look at these guys. Raising conjoined twins. Wow. When Ibrahima's twin daughters were born, doctors told him they wouldn't survive, and they still face immense challenges, but to their dad, these girls, who are now 6, they are an extraordinary gift, and they're playing with Legos here. This is my life's purpose, says their dad. Oh, they live in Wales. They live in Cardiff, Wales. Doctors said they'd have a limited life, but in God's hands, you make every day as good as it can be. And it shows their daily life. Here's them as babies and dad caring for them. They go to school. They go to a public school. And he sacrificed a lot to be with them. A teacher, one of their teachers, is quoted by saying, people see me as being in a difficult situation, but I see myself as a lucky parent, he says. And the social worker that works with him says, he's so patient with them and their faces light up when he comes in the room. He tells them that they're special, not disabled. Isn't that sweet? Alison Brie here on a winning streak. Here she is with Mr. Franco at the 2019 SAG Awards. I've seen her in a few things. Well, she was in Mad Men, but I saw her in a movie called, I think it was called Horse Girl. And it was a strange movie, but I really liked it. She's very pretty. Look at those soulful eyes. Yes, Dave Franco, this is her husband, and he's an actor and a director. And during the COVID lockdown, they wrote a rom-com. What is it called? Somebody I Used to Know, and it premiered on Prime Video on February 10th. It's no Hallmark movie. There is adult humor, drug use, and a little scene where Alison Brie streaks here. And then I've seen her in that too. My son and I watched that show with Mark Maron. What is it? Glow? Yeah. And she was in Community too. So she feels so proud of this project that she and Dave made. And here's that little guy. Is that a little girl or a little boy? That's son. That's their son, Lucky. He's so cute. This is Elle King. I have everything I've ever wanted. They certainly have a lot of tattoos, don't they? I don't think the baby has any tattoos. The X's and O's singer reveals how she got through dark times, fell in love, and became a mom. Oh, she's beautiful. And here she is at the CMA Awards. I would never want to go back to my 20s, but I got a lot out of my system. So she is the daughter of comedian Rob Schneider and former model London King. And there she is with her dad. I'm telling you, my kids loved Rob Schneider when they were little. We've probably seen every one of his movies over and over and over again. So she took her mom's last name, though. She toured with Miranda Lambert in 2019, and they won an ACM award for Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home for the video. We had so much fun that day getting to act like blank shows together, Lambert says. So this was going back to February. It was Black History Month, and they have Living Legends of Tomorrow Making History Now. Zendaya, look at that beautiful face. The first Black actress to win 2 Emmys for a leading role. Lil Nas X, the first openly gay rap superstar. Look at that suit. Woo. Issa Rae, the first Black female creator and star of a premium cable series. She had a successful YouTube series. That's what launched her. Donald Glover, the first rapper to score Grammys for Song and Record of the Year. Ava DuVernay, the first Black female director of a $100 million grossing film, A Wrinkle in Time. Janet Mock, the first Black trans woman to write and direct a TV series. And Colson Whitehead, the first Black 2-time Pulitzer Prize for Fiction winner. Trailblazers, those people are, huh? Inspiration. Is it Lipton ad? Oh, here's Naomi Watts, looking good, 54. So, what are her best Valentine's Day gifts, as chosen by her? A Valentine's Day card envelope, a chic case. Everything from this brand is cool. It would be perfect for a friend. On Valentine's Day, it's important to take the time to appreciate the meaningful connections in your life. Caddis Hooper reading glasses. Everyone loves these glasses. Men, women, all my old mates. They're not that expensive. Statement stems. These are mint parrot tulips. Wow. She says she's a sucker for flowers. They are beautiful. I've never seen one that color. A feel-good book, How to Love the World, Poems of Gratitude and Hope, and a soothing serum, Stripes, the Power Move. I didn't know this. Naomi Watts launched her menopause wellness brand in 2022. Why am I just now reading about this? This has hyaluronic acid in it as a hydrator, and she can't get enough of it. It's the gift she keeps giving herself, and I saved this for last. And here we're going to be embarking on the food part of People magazine. But look at this. This is La Durée gift box with flavors ranging from caramel to rosé. This famous French bakery's macarons. They're extra special. Oh my gosh, I want them. This minted bride's invitation ad is in every magazine I've looked at in the past month, but it'll be June soon. So weddings are coming. So let's continue on with Naomi and our little dog here. What other things are we supposed to be looking at to buy our Valentine? This is pretty cheap at $6.50. Tony's Chocolonely, a gigantic chocolate bar. Wow. She says, I love chocolate. And this one's raspberry, a raspberry chocolate. The must-have charger. This is if you have kids that keep taking your charger. That's $40. Cute cards. Those are cute. Look at those with the conversation cards. That's from Zazzle. It's a candy hearts pattern. Specialty salts by Jennifer Fisher. And this is a trio for $30. They're the perfect hostess gift. This is her dog, Izzy, and she suggests that maybe you can make a donation to your favorite charity. Izzy here came from Toby's Small Dog Rescue. And here's a luxury body cleanser from Costa, Brazil, and it's nutrient rich. She's got 2 teenagers. What's her most favorite romantic movie? Casablanca. The best song to kick off a girl's night? Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. She loves comfort food, and the key to her heart is the scent of the ocean or fresh cut grass. Okay. Keeping with our love pink theme, we have, of course, the cherry blossom glad ad. And different little ideas. They're kind of cute for a romantic party. This is cute. Fill your champagne flutes with cotton candy, then top them with sparkling wine or strawberry soda. And look at these cute little cookies. You can just bake up heart-shaped sugar cookies and wrap them up for your guests to take home. And then, of course, for your fresh floral cleanup, get your cherry blossom garbage bag. Who's this? Esteban Castillo. Oh, Esteban. Cookies and cream cheesecake bars. Oh, they don't seem that complicated either. Who is this guy? This is he's a food blogger, and he wrote the Chicano Bakes Cookbook. Doesn't require an oven. I like it. All it has is a bunch of crushed up Oreos for the crust and butter. Then white chocolate, heavy cream, cream cheese, and vanilla. That sounds delicious. And here we have Rita Sodi and Jody Williams, a flourless chocolate cake. They own Via Carrata in New York City. And they have a cookbook, too, from that restaurant. So, this is easy on the sweetness with a rich, dense texture. It's a dessert good enough to drink with a glass of red wine. And it seems simple enough too, huh? And then we have Claire here, Claire Saffitz with espresso hot chocolate. Oh boy. Whole milk, unsweetened chocolate baking squares, sweetened condensed milk, salt, water, and vanilla, and espresso granules. And look at all these different marshmallows. They have jet puffed hearts, La Durée Paris, strawberry and vanilla. You can get those at goldbelly.com. And favorite day red velvet. And that's at Target. Each fluffy red block is topped with a layer of mini chocolate chips. I've never seen anything like that. Look at Drake, isn't he cute? There's the puzzles. And here's Rupert Grint to end our magazine here. 34. Oh my goodness, he's a dad-daughter Wednesday who's age 2. So what's the last thing he learned about himself? He says, becoming a dad forces you to discover things, and now I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. That's true. Having a baby, you're worried about her all the time. Everything seems dangerous. So, what's the last thing he took from a set? This is good. On Harry Potter, they were very strict. The last few days, there was security at the gates literally searching cars. Well, like, why, though? I mean, is it that important? But he did get away with the house number from Harry's house. He says he had to unscrew it, and he says it was so shady. His last perfect day off was in New York. His daughter's really into the Eloise books, so they took her for tea at the plaza. Oh my gosh. And she had lemonade in a teacup. He's looking good. Metamucil ad. Take the 2-week challenge if you're feeling weighed down. And we have Pamela here. Check out her show on Netflix. Well, it's not a show. It's a documentary. Is it a movie? She defined a decade. Now she will define herself. And it's a good thing she's written a book. She was in another magazine that I did. I don't know if I've posted it or not. But she, at her age in her 50s, is taking control of her life. And thank you for joining me. I kind of stumbled through that one again. I got to get my rhythm back, if I ever had it. I don't know. But bye-bye. Take care of yourself.